Floyd, you made 230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows. And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your
Floyd, you made 230 and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million like, hold on, I ain't CIROS in that ring taking no blows and I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your OP is Mayweather broke. This are y'all new here? Is he broke? He's broke. Shannon Sharpe has consistently been one of the loudest voices calling out Floyd Mayweather's financial habits and the contradictions in his public image. Floyd's whole brand is built on wealth. Money. Mayweather, he flaunts his extravagant lifestyle with posts of endless stacks of cash, expensive cars, watches, private jets and lavish homes. But recently Shannon has challenged Mayweather by questioning where his money goes, and that is if he has any left. The questions Shannon asked were straightforward. If you're truly wealthy, why do you need to show it off all the time, and why do you lie about buying stuff you just can't afford? Nacho, what do you make of it? No, I don't like it. K, the man has made over $500 million in his last 3 fights. You're 50-0. You said you want to retire at 50-0. You said this was the last. Skip, I watched him be talking to Stephen A. Says, I'm done, I ain't coming back for no amount of money, I'm done. Come on, man, come on, Floyd, this should be beneath you. If you've got the kind of money Floyd says he has, you don't need to flex constantly. True wealth doesn't need constant validation, it's quiet, steady and secure. But Shannon Sharpe has quickly pointed out that Floyd's flashy displays don't align with reality. Floyd Mayweather's wealth might be more about the image he's created than the financial foundation behind it. One of the main issues Shannon has with Mayweather is the constant contradictions. Mayweather presents himself as financially unbreakable, always throwing around numbers in the hundreds of millions, constantly showing off his cash. But then there's the reality: reports that Floyd owes the IRS millions in taxes, reports that Floyd is in debt and even recently being held in a country for having betting debts. These aren't rumors, this is a real documented issue with talks around it. So the money's really gone. Yeah, that's what you think it's __. Get the money, spend the money, __. All that money it took been 2 years. So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like, I don't even want to talk about like life with the lifestyle that money is gone. Trust me, now it's like you call him, he'll be at your your local host in a nightclub cause you need that action right now. Floyd reportedly owes back taxes, and on top of that he's even publicly requested extensions to delay payments. That's a big problem for someone who claims to have an endless money supply. It's not about debt. Every wealthy person has debt at some point. It's the hypocrisy of it all. If you're posting pictures of yourself sitting on piles of money talking about how much you're worth, then why is the IRS knocking at your door? That's where Shannon Sharpe calls out the falsehoods. If you're truly that wealthy, paying taxes on time shouldn't be an issue. It's a lack of responsibility, and it's one of the most significant contradictions in Floyd's financial narrative. It gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami, and many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro. As I've always said, it's hard to make money, but it's even harder to keep it. Floyd, but it's not just the tax issues that make Shannon speak out. Floyd has made his name off his money, claiming to have made hundreds of millions over the years, but Shannon sees the desperation behind the stunts. Floyd's exhibition fights, for instance, have been a major point of contention. These are fights against lesser opponents, even social media stars, where the primary goal seems to be filling up the bank account rather than maintaining a fighting legacy. It's not about proving yourself in the ring anymore, it's about securing another payday, and that to Shannon is a red flag. If you're financially secure, why must you keep fighting, especially against opponents who don't pose a real challenge? As you often say, you're just a guy with a job. I have a job though, so who would you fight? And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job. Well, it depends. Your job don't pay like my job. That brings me to another point. Do you need, why are you coming back? I can make $200 million in 18 months cause I want to come back and steal some more money. Is that okay with you? It's fine, I enjoy watching your fights. Okay, who might be next? It does. Floyd's been in the game long enough to know when to walk away, but he keeps fighting because he needs The money he needs to keep the image alive and prove to the world that he's on top. It's not about the fight, it's about the attention. Shannon has repeatedly called this out, saying that Floyd's behavior contradicts everything a true wealth builder does. Real wealth doesn't need validation, it doesn't need to be put on display 24/7. Real wealth doesn't have to rely on public recognition. Floyd has constantly put himself in situations where the money is fleeting, where the legacy isn't growing. Instead of using his platform to show how to build lasting wealth, he's been more interested in creating an image of a man who has everything, when in reality it's unclear how long that everything will last. Money made may all day, you know, right here. The light million over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Floyd's actions don't just annoy Shannon, they also frustrate others in the boxing world. People who have been around the sport, seen the big money come and go, and understand what it means to truly secure your financial future. Eddie Hearn also pointed out that Floyd's financial situation doesn't add up. He said that Floyd might not be as wealthy as he claims. Hearn's seen the numbers behind the sport, he knows the real business, so when he says Floyd is exaggerating his wealth, that hits differently. Hearn isn't the only one. Joe Rogan, another high-profile personality, weighed in on Floyd's financial habits too. Rogan highlighted how Mayweather's need to keep fighting exhibition matches for big paydays doesn't seem like the behavior of a man who's truly financially secure. Floyd talks big about having all this money, but then he's doing fights that don't hold any real value just for cash. If he really had the kind of money he claims, why would he keep doing this? Why take the risk of boxing just like though? But I don't even think he don't need any money. He spends so much money, yeah, but he don't need any. Sure, yeah, Floyd could. I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends. Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from, hopefully, and not just boxing, but it's the drug of getting Floyd still trained. Then there's Mike Tyson, who also had some things to say about Floyd's approach to wealth. Tyson, a man who's seen the highs and lows of financial success, offered his opinion on Floyd's lavish lifestyle. He mentioned that Floyd should be enjoying his life and not focusing so much on proving how much money he's made. But for Shannon, Tyson's take doesn't hold up. It's not just about enjoying the wealth, it's about how you manage it. Tyson might say Floyd should enjoy the show, but Shannon sees a man who's far too obsessed with keeping up appearances rather than securing his long-term future. For Tyson, the only problem he sees is how Floyd calls himself the greatest. He was 80-84-0 right, 89-90-0, 89-0. So don't tell me about you're the greatest fighter with 50-0, __. You're great, no doubt about it, __. 50-0. Chad's at 90. He's fighting for. He fight like what, 8 times a year? Yeah, it's more whoever fought him, whoever's in the ranking. Well, I think it's all in the picture of whoever you are. Come on, I think there are more metrics and more measurements. Floyd is out here living large, but Shannon's point is that it's all smoke and mirrors. He's not living like someone who's truly set for life. What really triggered some of the latest backlash was Floyd's recent claim about purchasing luxury apartments in Manhattan. Floyd posted on social media proudly claiming that he had just bought multiple apartments in one of the most expensive places in the world, Manhattan, and that these properties were now under his name. But as it turns out, this claim was later proven to be false. Floyd didn't actually own the apartments, and it seemed like just another attempt to maintain his image as a real estate mogul, even though the facts didn't back him up. And I'm point like this because New York City right now, that's what we do. This only added to the growing criticism that Floyd is more interested in pretending to be rich than actually making smart financial moves. For Shannon Sharpe, this kind of stunt is exactly what he's been talking about all along. It's not about the wealth, it's about the performance. Floyd is selling an illusion, one where he's always on top, always in control, but the reality doesn't match up with the story he's telling the world, and you see that he's lying and fraud. And when you look into his paperwork, everybody say the paperwork still into the person name who owned it, so he going around fraud and taking false pictures. They say the problem is that Floyd's public image depends so much on this narrative. He wants everyone to see him as this untouchable figure, someone